Hey everybody, and welcome to a Friday's edition of Paranormal Question of the Day. We'll be right back, right after the intro. And we're back. So I hope everybody's having a good Friday. Let me adjust my camera here. Anyway, sorry for being a little late here. I had computer problems and still might, so we'll just see how this goes today. May not get anybody today, but it is what it is. All right. Hey, Lori, how you doing? I'm a little late today. I had computer problems, so you know how that goes. And I don't want to work. It doesn't want to work. Anyhow, so the paranormal question of the day is this. And I didn't write it down. Damn it. This is just going great today. So basically, what the paranormal question is today, even though I didn't write it down in the description, it is paranormal equipment on paranormal shows. Is it too much? And how far is too far? So that is the paranormal question of the day. And so, do you think that the equipment that you see on the paranormal shows, is it realistically easy enough for us to get, or is that just so far fetched that you're not sure if they're even working correctly? So hopefully, like to see what you guys have to say, and if you feel the same way, because honestly, I feel that sometimes the equipment that they use is so far out there that it's so expensive for us to buy. What's the point of showing it on the show if you can't get it yourself to use it yourself? You know, that's my feeling of the paranormal equipment that you see on the shows. And there are some that we use that they don't use at all that I think is more effective than what they use. You know, what do you think, Lori? Also, is there some equipment that you like, what you see on there, and do you wonder how it worked for you? You know. Oops. Hey, Leslie, how you doing? Yeah, I feel the same way. I think sometimes being simple is more effective. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. I had a goofy... My computer's being goofy today, so... yeah, homemade, and you can't get it right. Exactly. Hey, Christy, how you doing? Hey, Paula. So, what I was saying before, I usually have the paranormal question up today, but I'm running a little bit behind because my computer was being a stupid. And so basically what the paranormal question of the day is, paranormal equipment on paranormal shows. How much are and how much is too much, and how far is too far? That is what the question is today. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Glad to see you here. Glad to see you're doing good. And what I was, explaining to Lori and Leslie is that sometimes the equipment that you see on the paranormal shows, they're nice equipment. Don't get me wrong; they're very nice pieces of equipment, but they they just become too expensive, and sometimes you start wondering, do they actually even work, and how effective are they? And the stuff that we use when we go on our investigations, you don't see them on the shows, and I think that our equipment is sometimes more effective than their equipment. And Lori's has seen this one. It's called the DAS ANC, and I have not yet. Hey, Carmen, how you doing? I have not yet seen the DAS ANC on any of the shows. So, and that thing is pretty cool and very effective. I know a couple teams that use that piece of equipment. So, exactly. Exactly. How do you know if it even works if you can't even use it? They keep that stuff so exclusive. I know there's some pieces of equipment that they're like at least $4,000 or $5,000. Now, do you think one of us have like $4,000 or $5,000 just laying around to go use that stuff and spend that kind of money? I mean, honestly, I think my case is in the back. I think I have more than enough for a couple years of investigating time. I don't mind saving money for a good camera or, audio recorder. Absolutely. Because I use a Tascam for a digital voice recorder. It's, exactly. Exactly, Bob. True. Very true, Carmen. Correct. Paul, I have not seen it yet either. That's the one that's very nice piece of equipment. Pocket change. Yeah, pocket change. Depending on who his pocket's in. I got a long list of equipment. Oh yeah, so do I. I got a long list of equipment that I like to use too. Oops. Getting backed up in my chat here. Sorry. I mean, sure. Who'd want? You'd want a really nice piece of camera equipment. And I use just a cheap. You want an SLS and a thermal. Yep. Yes, they are both expensive. SLS I think goes for about $800. A good thermal system goes for about $1,000. Oops, getting ahead of myself there. Samsung digital camera, yep, and look at amazing. No, I mean my simple camcorder I use is about, I think it's spent about $150 on it, and I can use the Ghost Stop Phasm light on it, and it brightens everything all up with the night vision and everything, and yeah, it works great. SLS is not a good. Yeah, see, I don't understand the SLS as much. You can explain it to me as much as you want, but it's something that I'm gonna have to really dig into to really understand it. Okay. Yeah, and I'm sometimes I don't understand my own equipment when it doesn't want to work and you want it to work. Then you look stupid because you're trying to make it work, and then it don't work. Okay, so use it before without equipment. When I first started out investigating, all I had was, I think, either a tape recorder and my phone. And a cat ball. Yep. See, I like the old school stuff. I do have a old style tape recorder, and I have not quite used it just yet. I'm kind of waiting for a certain place to use it at. I own an SLS camera and gave it away. Did not like it at all. The fake, yeah, fake positive. And you're right, because you just don't know if that's an actual spirit. I mean, you're looking at stick figures, and you watch Ghost Adventures sometimes. Because I know that Ghost Adventures uses it a lot, and then there's I forgot what other shows that may have used it, but they don't use it as much. I think some of the some other the Nick Groff shows that he had on, I think he used that as well. I think Portals to Hell, I think, has it. I'm up to 3 cases of equipment. No. Right. And 2. Yeah, I do have a big box of batteries. You always got to use batteries, absolutely. Paranormal Lockdown, I think, is the one that does it, too. Paranormal shows like Ghost Adventures is mostly fake, yeah. Yeah, you're right on. I think they show, a lot of stuff during their shows, but they're also, they condense it after maybe a day or 4 days at the same location, and they just want to show you the good stuff. They don't want to show you what they didn't get, which I actually want to see the behind the scenes of Ghost Adventures and how they show us the stuff that they got that they throw out. Maybe it's better than what they show us. The basic stuff that we use would be better than. Well, and that's the thing, you don't know. I know equipment sometimes, and that's true, because sometimes it is just the basic, cheap piece of equipment. I stick with Ghost Hunters and Kindred Spirits. Yeah, Kindred Spirits is a good show. Ghost Hunters is a great show. Yeah, I mean, I think I did a YouTube video once on digital voice recorders, and sometimes you could go out there and spend. I think the big high end Panasonic that they always like to use in some of these shows that I believe it's really hard to get right now. I think they're about I want to say $1,500 to $2,000 to get a Panasonic digital voice recorder, and like I said, I use a Tascam and I use another form of a digital voice recorder, which both of them are about $120 a piece, and but sometimes you can get more on a $50 digital voice recorder. It just all depends on where it hits. That's the thing. You just don't know which one's going to land first on what. Yes, Ovilus is very hard to get. That's right. I always say it wrong. But yeah, those things are $700-800 a piece. I mean, they're very hard to find. If you want like an Ovilus 3, I think you're spending an easy $1,500 on that. And they say that the Ovilus 3 is one of the better ones out there. I know they have an Ovilus 5B that a lot of people use, and it's a smaller box version. And I've seen that on some of the shows, but I believe it's the Destination Fear uses the old Ovilus 3 or 4. I think it's the 3. I've seen that before. Zooms are good. I like the stuff that they display on there. It's got a very good display. Hey, Kat, how you doing? And yeah, the zooms they're very comparable to the task cams, as far as like visual effects and stuff like that, and the readings and whatnot. But the problem I have with my task cam is I want to get the you can hear live EVPs. I'm not quite sure what to record that one would be. Yeah, you have an obvious 5B, yep, and it works well. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, but like I said, I mean that the obvious 3 is obvious. I can never say it right either. So the number 3 obvious is what I see and heard is like one of the best ones out there, but that's just a headphone out. Okay, that's what I kind of thought. Getting closer, getting close. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Ghostbusters uses them. I should. But sometimes when you're just hanging out, sometimes sometimes they just don't want to talk shop. But yeah, you're partying. I wouldn't probably bring it up either. Still trying to find an obvious. Yeah, you'll find them on eBay mostly. Hi Gina, how you doing? Yeah, see, even that cat knows they're like $1,500. Yeah, they're expensive. They're expensive. Maybe when I win that big jackpot of the lottery or something, maybe I'll grab myself one. But for the most part, I think everything I've used so far has worked out pretty decent. I mean, and I go through, kind of off the wall stuff that you don't really see on the shows. And so, I mean, I like to use like plasma balls. Now, how often do you see a plasma ball on a show? You never see one because I just don't think they believe in it. They don't believe in going outside the box. I've seen one where they, oh yeah, tripwire. Yeah, I want to get a tripwire too. They're hard to find. I heard they're very hard to find, and I don't think they're all that expensive. I think they're like about 150, $200 for a tripwire, if I'm mistaken. Oh, okay. 300, I see. But yeah, I want to get one. I just don't know where to go get one. But 300 is still pretty steep in my eyes. I should say I, not eyes. There you go. I'll have to look that up later. Thank you, Carmen. Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, Zoom H. Okay, the H4n. I seen one that I liked before. It's on Amazon. It's a. Oh yeah, the lantern. I've seen the pair lantern. I've seen those around too. Those are about a 150, 175, I think. The trying to think what I was going to say here. I had to lost track. My mind is just going everywhere today. Anyway, the zoom. Okay, so I found a zoom one that was 360 degrees, or if you want to call it like kind of like 3D in a way, 360, but it's also got like 3D format. I don't know if you've seen that one, Bob, on Amazon. That one's pretty interesting. But there again, I mean, you're spending $200, $300 for an upscale, different kind of digital voice recorder that it's just a try. I mean, I wish you could just get a trial, go your investigations, and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, send it back. You know? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Paula. Let's see. Whoops. Pardon me. Let's see if I can find the one I'm trying to talk about here. So pardon me here for a minute. Okay, so this is, if y'all can see this, this is the zoom I have, or not zoom, Tascam. These are pretty nice. I like how the speaker layout is. And then, if I can find it, here we go. So this is the other one. This is the one I'm looking at. This is a pretty nice looking digital voice recorder. It's kind of weird, but you'll have to go to Amazon for that one, and that one is $249. So, and that's just it. I mean, you want something nice, but it's also really expensive. Let's see. Ooh. See, that's pretty expensive. It's worth it, though. Like I said, I'm having issues with my Tascam. Like, it's picked up radio frequencies somewhere else and interference. I love my collection. No. EDI Plus, yeah, that's the one I also want to get. Laser Grid. GS2 laser grid is what I like to get. No crypto boxes. Stag dome. Cap balls. Flux. Ooh. That's a good start there. Definitely a good list I like. 3D, 360 degrees. Recorder, yep. Yeah, 4 tape recorders, yep. Tape recorders are really cool. I like mine. Came with a microphone. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. Luma EDI Plus. Yeah, see, EDI Plus is they're hard to get to sometimes. Sometimes Ghost Stop has them in stock, and sometimes they're out for a long time. And you can also get that stuff on Amazon too. It just depends on, it goes through a different outlet, you know, and like shop in these different kind of stores and stuff like that. But yeah, it's you know, I mean, it's five pieces of gear on that one box, you know. That's what's so intriguing about it. Yeah, see, I love the Phasm Cam, Phasm Light. I gotta get another one actually to level it all out. And those are cheap enough. See, those are cheap enough. I think they're like $79 for a Phasm Light. The Phasm Cam looks pretty good too. I think that's about $150. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you gotta have I know, a SD card to put in there, and then you put it in your computer, and then it spits out all the information after you do your investigation with your EDI Plus. Yeah, there's a graph, I think, that shows all that stuff. But then in with the timestamps, yeah, that's where it makes it difficult. I mean, that's where you rely on your video feed when you go live, or on your camera when you're just running your camera, and you have to go backtrack it. True. But yeah, Bob, I'll show you this one I was just showing before. So this here, I'll take the comment off for a second here, and then that way you get a good clear picture. Oops. Yeah. So that's the recorder from Zoom. It's very different, very unique. It does show a video format of that too. So that's one thing that is good about Amazon is they show videos about things. Okay, let's see where I left off here. Is it live and in the moment? Yep. I hear you on that, cat. Yes, that is a 360 recorder. Yep. Yeah, see, that one I'm very curious about. That recorder looks cool. Yeah, it is. It's got a really neat, if you watch the video on Amazon, it really has a nice video up about it. And also YouTube, they have something with it on YouTube too, so you can learn about it a little more on YouTube. But it's got a good graph, it's got a good interface, just like the your Zooms have it. Like I think it's normal like that, but it's a little more simplified, I think. Pardon me, I had a phone call. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool equipment out there. That the Paralantern, that's another one. But isn't the Paralantern kind of like something has to touch the top of it? Cameron, you might be able to elaborate, or Cat, on that one. But yeah, from the Paralantern, I saw that it's kind of something's got to touch the top of it or get kind of close to it or whatever, how that one works. It's a little bit different. Let's see. Yeah, and I just wonder now if that would cause a lot of interference depending on where you are. Like if a cell tower would really amplify that a lot. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. It can be. I mean, I have a lantern over there. You just pull the top of it off, and then it lights up. And I've seen REM pods made like that. Awesome. Awesome. And is that what the camera that I sent you, right? Or yep, on airplane mode, yep. Yeah, Edit Junkie has that one that I was talking about. That it's a light, but has a REM pod built inside of it. See, there you go. Simplicity. $10, right? I always look at toys when I'm at a toy store. Yeah, you try. I do try. It's just awesome, Lori. Awesome. Yeah, I do try. It's just sometimes the cameras are just really expensive, and And hey, Tom, how you doing? And I had a search. I think I searched for, oh gosh, 6 months on a camcorder. And I was going through a buddy of mine. I was like showing him how many different cameras I'm looking at, and hey, Kayla, how you doing? And yeah, it took me 6 months to even decide on a camera that I wanted, and eventually it was only $150 camera, but still it works great. The batteries on the cameras sometimes camcorders don't last as long, so I have to keep swapping them out every like 45 minutes to an hour. But the camera I've used at the museum, oh, okay, awesome. Oh, I bet you might get some good storms out of that one, Tom. But that's what you get with the camcorders. I mean, if the more expensive camcorders you get, I mean, how much longer do you give battery use? Mine drained twice at the museum in one night, and that's the first time it's ever done that. So, and I've had it for quite a while. So it's just depends on what camera you get, and the batteries last longer. Yeah, yeah, and I went through Amazon on that too. I mean, and yeah, you'll have a lot of generic names, and a lot of them will say ghost hunting camcorders and stuff like that. But you know, you got to find out what it has the right night vision on it. And there's some that's night shot that's not usually the best, but there again, like I said, it's all about what you decide to get and what gear and what brand you get. And ooh, cat, very interesting. K2, yep, I got that. I don't have an SB7. Yeah, the spirits of Draenor. Yes, they were. Even the thing that said, "Oh, thanks for stopping in, Kayla. Hope the rest of your workday goes fast and get out to do the fun stuff today, later on." Yeah, they are. Absolutely, they're sucking the juice out of their stuff. Well, you get excited, and that's what happens. All of a sudden, you just drop your stuff. I know I would be if I saw a full body apparition in front of my face. Yeah, I'd probably drop all my shit right there. Just like, shit, I just broke that. you know. I do have an S box from Ghost Stop, and I haven't used it yet. I think I'm kind of just waiting to get enough money to get a DAS ANC and just pair it up with that. Because I really don't like the white noise. Even the apps drive me nuts. Sometimes it just makes me sick, which is kind of weird. But yeah, and I've gotten touched. I've heard voices, but I've seen some shadow figures, but that's about it. Right on, cat. Right on. I mean, hey, Laura, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. You must have just got up. It's afternoon over here. But that's good. You have finally got a day off. Yeah, I see that one, Cameron. That does lower it. Yeah, yeah. I just had one, small, short, about 45 minutes. But Yeah, like I said, I mean, there's so many things, so many pieces of equipment that I would like to get, but then again, I'm done for the year right now. I'm done shopping for equipment. I have enough. I have to go through as to what I want to keep and what I want to send back or send away or sell. Right? Yeah. Well, I have to have a nap at least every day, at least an hour nap, or I'm good for crap. I seen a shadow and a 3/4 figure ghost. Had my hair pulled. Okay, I've been cool. That's pretty interesting there, Bob. Uh, where have you seen your shadow figures, Bob? Yeah, I for some reason it just triggers. I just don't like it. I'm like a kid in a candy shop with. Yep, yep, me too. It's like, ooh, that's new. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I want to try that. But it's like then money comes into play. Um, I don't know. I don't know. So we were just walking through a cemetery yesterday, just for a walk and stuff, and just kind of looking around, and there you go, there you go. But I don't know. In colder weather, it all depends. I mean, they have to deal with the fog and deal with all sorts of other variables. Yeah, no thanks. I don't need a second job. A parent, a parent is being a second job, and I don't get paid for it. Ain't that right, Cat? Being a parent's your second job, and you don't get paid for it. Interesting. Should take some pictures, Laura, when you're around. Oh, in your old apartment. Interesting. Ah, interesting. Now, Gettysburg, yeah, I would imagine with Gettysburg, there's a lot of that stuff there because how big the history is out there and all that stuff that's went on. So I can understand that one. Oh, so that's a comment. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's one of those days. Yeah, right. I don't know why. Like I said, it's one of those days. Sorry, Carmen. Anyway, um, let's see here. Oops. Oh, I heard about that one. Yeah, that's one you were talking about before. Fort Mifflin. Yeah. Ah, that happens. I always get lost when it comes. Yeah, see, you're like me. I mean, my wife, sometimes she's like, hey, you, come here. I'm like, okay. But at work, I get all called all sorts of names. Not very nice names, but I get called all sorts of names. And then I just got to answer no matter what. Oh, okay. I wouldn't be afraid. I mean, you're just paying respects and saying hi, and interesting. Maybe if you go live if you can. I'll pop on in. Yeah, I will. Ain't crazy? Yeah, I will. Well, um, Laura, it's okay though. You're there. You want to say hi. You want to talk to them. Tell them what's going on with your life. It's nothing's too crazy about that. I mean, it's you just want to have a conversation. If I stopped in it where my grandparents are buried, I definitely would go up and say hi. But I don't get up north too often to even go. So there's nothing wrong with that. No need to be afraid to go and just talk. I mean, there's lots of people that go do that. So, and take a digital voice recorder with you. You never know. He might answer you back, and that would be pretty cool, I would think. Absolutely, absolutely, right on the money. That was a good episode today. It's nice to see you all here in chat. Greatly appreciate that. Greatly appreciate your support and coming in and talking with me, and just talking about stuff that I think we all like to have in common. Um, it's just how things go sometimes. But the next, let's see here. Cool. That's very cool. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes cemeteries can be interesting, though. Thank you. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. Um. So the show coming up on Monday. And hopefully everything works correctly than it did today, anyway. So what we got going on Monday is we will have Robert Gray, and we'll also have Thomas Hunsaker on. And those two gentlemen, they are a fun group to talk with. Like to talk shop with them and stuff like that. Yeah, I was gonna try to get on last night, but I got too busy. I have to go back and watch it, but so yeah, we'll have Robert Gray and Thomas Hunsaker on Monday night, and we're gonna talk about Black Mirrors and all sorts of stuff. You guys get to know them, and they get to know you. Yep, 8 o'clock at 8 o'clock. So it'll be interesting. Definitely, I'm interested in the Black Mirror because Thomas Hunsaker has it in 4 locations, I believe. He's got Villisca, Malvern. He's got McIntyre Villa, and I think he's got it at Sally's house. So, and just kind of interested in how all that works and how it all is connected because he opens them up and then he leaves. So, oh, I hope they are, because we're going to be talking about it. So, don't fail me now. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! No, just kidding. I haven't talked to them in about a couple weeks, so hopefully they're still up and going. Well, tune in, tune in. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't really talk much about the black mirrors and stuff. Yeah, it is. I mean, they got the portals, and how the spirits interact with the four mirrors that are open, and do they move from location to location, and just kind of, or is it kind of like the herd Hauser experiment where you would be at one place and you talk about the spirits and be live there and be live somewhere else that has another mirror. That'll be interesting. Can you have this spirit move over to this place and this spirit move over to that place? I don't know. I'd be curious if that's how it works. But we'll find out Monday night and when we talk about it and stuff like that. But other than that, then it's back to the Friday show. I am phasing out the Wednesday night or Wednesday afternoon shows for now. It's just because it's just right. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That's I like I said, I haven't had the chance to venture in it yet. So definitely, if I go back when I get back to Melbourne at some point, I'll be able to test it out. But as I was saying before about the Wednesday afternoon shows, I'm phasing them out for a little while. I'm just gonna do it twice a week, Mondays and Fridays, and Mondays will be guest nights and stuff like that. It's just to take a little bit of a break. See, that's what I want to see. Yeah, Christy, that's what I want to see. So, but other than that, any last more comments before we start closing up shop here today? Ooh, 2 weeks to the bash. Yep, that's another one. At some point I'll get out there too. Not sure when. Someone wants to give me a free trip, but no, I'm just kidding. At some point, I mean, if you go live there, I mean, that's just as I'm fine with people being live and participating that way. Kat knows all about that. I like to participate in lives. Same thing with Lori, Christy. It's my big thing is participate in lives. Very cool. Whoops. No problem. Thank you, Paula, for. Whoops. Did I skip one here? You have a great weekend too, Paula. Thank you for dropping in and saying hi. Oh, I like to kid around a lot on the lives. Just to, joke around sometimes. Hey, Patricia, how you doing? Gotta have fun. Can't be too serious all the time. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So, so pretty much that's about all I got. I thank you guys for a great discussion today on the paranormal equipment on paranormal shows, and I hope this was set a good example of how much is too much and how far is too far, and what we can do to go outside the box and not be so expensive and show that it works. I think that's a big deal. If we can show that something's not so expensive and it works out well, yeah, put them on notice. So anytime. You know what? I still have to get you on the show yet. You know that, right? I think I've mentioned it to you before. We'll set up a date where you can come on the show on Monday night. So, but other than that, like I said, thank you guys for joining me today on this awesome Friday afternoon. And hope you guys have a great weekend. And like I said, you've been watching the Paranormal Brew and the BB3 TV networks. Also, if you get time, chance, check out the MGS Paranormal YouTube channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. And with that, I'm Darren, and I bid you adieu. So long, everybody. Get this last comment in here. All right. So long, everybody.